all might wonder what the purpose of Lent is. We may say penance, repentance, all of the things that we have traditionally heard, but it is also a time to remind us of our connectedness to one another and the need to repair those connections if they are broken. And I'm certain that if we look at our own lives, our families, our community, the places we work, if we even think about our reflection on our world, we can see all of the broken connections and how much repair needs to be made. And we're reminded of that connectedness, that has always been God's will. We see that in the story of Noah. We know that in the history of the patriarchs, Abraham. We see that in the story of Moses. All of the people who God tried to bring together and connect in one world. In a world of peace, in a world of justice. But what breaks down? I think what breaks down is that so many of us as individuals, and again, we all know this and we can all experience this at any point in our life, somehow we see the wilderness around us. The wilderness or the desert surrounds us so many days of our lives. It can happen at home, it can happen within us. We feel the despair, we feel the loneliness, or we feel the suffering, we feel the alienation, we feel just so many things that seem to disconnect us in our relationships, in our love, and those feelings of despair that sometimes touch our lives. And all of those things keep us from keeping God's dream alive in this world and for this world. And somehow we let that slip by. And sometimes we just settle for the wilderness rather than all that God dreams and God promises for us. But this promised dream is real. It's not something mysterious. And the book of Deuteronomy says that. It says, this dream of God is not too mysterious and removed for you. It's not up in the sky. No, it's something very near to you. It's already in your heart because God puts it in our heart. God makes that a part of us, God's dream. And we know that when we are the best, we know that when we're at our best, and when our hope is alive, and our dreams are alive, and our view and worldview is on fire, we know that that dream is there, and it's in our hearts. We feel it. Jesus had that struggle for himself. Try to imagine him. Alone in that desert. Alone in the wilderness. The symbolic wilderness of the desert. But think of the times that he was alone. If you remember last week in the gospel, after he cured the leper, what did it say? Jesus had to live outside in deserted places because he was afraid to go back into the city. He was afraid to go into the city because they were going to kill him. He knew that. He understood what despair was. He understood